Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be doing something that I have been wanting to do for a hot minute now, and that is going to be a noob to pro. Like, it's been probably like 4 weeks or something since I've done one. So yeah, what better game to do it on than this game that apparently I've never tried before. It's called Anime Haven. There's a lot to do in this game. Like, I'm pretty sure there's like 7 or 8 worlds. Yeah, there is a lot to do. So yeah, if you guys do end up enjoying this video, then make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And without further ado, let's jump right into this. Alright, so first things first, how exactly does the game work? Well, just like, you know, most simulators on Roblox, there is going to be an energy system, which, for example, when we go ahead and put on the auto clicker, we're going to be getting energy, and then with that energy, we can go ahead and take out enemies. Now, when we take out enemies, we're going to be getting, you know, money. In this case, it's going to be gems, and then, yeah, with that money, we can get upgrades. For example, hatching this egg. Yeah, the basics of this game is very simple to understand. However, don't worry, that's not the only thing. There's a bunch of other stuff. For example, there's raids, there's some kind of like raid key system, and then of course there are portals to brand new worlds. For example, the next one is going to be costing 300,000 gems. I think that's a relatively good milestone to head for, so let's quickly go ahead and get started on that, right? By quickly gaining a few gems, just like so, and then let's, I guess, do a little bit of hatching, because I'm going to assume the pets in this world are probably going to be really helpful. And oh yeah, by the way, in case you guys don't already know, this is actually going to be a little bit of a different noob to pro. We're actually going to be doing it completely pay to win. So then that way we can see how fast we could do a noob to pro. Like, are we going to be shattering like some kind of record, you know, like finishing in a few hours or finishing in a day? Well, let's go ahead and find out. So let's quickly hatch maybe, okay, we can't hatch any more times, but thankfully we did manage to get some OP pets. For example, this exclusive pet, which I'm pretty sure I got before. Yeah, it turns out I'm a little bit more pay to win than I kind of, you know, told you guys originally. But yeah, just have a look at the stats on these bad boys. Some of them are like 10x, and then it goes all the way up to 1,462. And yeah, I mean, just have a look at my energy right now. 700,000 already, meaning that I could take out these mini bosses in absolutely one shot. And hold on a minute, could we take out Broline really quickly? Yes, we can, and he's dropping a bunch of gems. And yeah, not even like, what, a minute later, we already have enough to buy the next world. Yeah, I think you guys already get the point now. This challenge is probably going to be one of the fastest speedruns I've ever done. So let's get started on it, right? Because we want to break some records. We want to be really cool, and what better way to do that than maxing out another world? So in this case, we have this shop over here giving us a bunch of potions, and as well, whatever those are. Now, apparently these are raid shards, which I'm going to assume we get from the raid. But hold on, before we jump into any raid, let's quickly go ahead and get some good pets. So we got a common, alrighty. Now, are the stats on these bad boys going to be really good? No, not really. Actually, it's kind of mid. Yeah, I have a feeling these exclusive ones are probably going to be carrying me for quite a solid minute. So I guess until we're able to hatch like 50 eggs at once, we should leave hatching for the time being. And let's, I guess, get back to the first world, and let's see if we can go ahead and get ourselves a raid key. For example, just like so, we managed to get one, meaning that, can we immediately jump into the raid? I think so. Let's see, so is there any sort of requirements? No, it doesn't seem to be so. Now, over here, apparently we can get anything ranging from the raid shards, like we saw before, some potions, and then as well, I'm going to assume these are accessories. Now, I don't really want anyone helping me out, even though I want to speedrun as fast as possible, because in the end, I'm sure you guys are only interested on how far I can go, not if someone OP carries me. So let's quickly jump into a private raid, right? And how strong are these enemies going to be, right? Like, for example, right now, I have 5.79 million energy. Is that even enough, or am I still very weak? So starting off over here, it seems like, yeah, I am much stronger than I thought. I mean, we're taking out the first few enemies really easily, and then, yeah, even the boss over here, it's only 9 million, like, that's nothing. And oh, would you look at that, we managed to get ourselves a demon necklace, which, in this case, dropped from the raid, used to reroll Demon Hill units traits. Okay. I guess for time being, we can't go ahead and use that, so that's just going to be staying in my inventory. What about this? So obtained from the leveling merchant, used to reroll a blue planet's unit traits. Yeah, it seems like for time being we're going to be getting a bunch of different like items, and then sometime in the near future we're going to use them. But I guess for time being, let's see, how far can we go? Wait, hold on a minute. Are there achievements in this game? Ooh, yes there is. One for playing for 30 minutes, giving me 2 times energy. Let's go. And then what about the raid? Okay, reaching wave 10 will give me an extra equip. That shouldn't be too difficult, so let's just quickly speedrun until, you know, we get to wave 10. Boom, just like so. And now if we go ahead and claim this bad boy, we now should be able to get a little bit stronger. So right now I have 13,000 energy per click, and then when I equip best, it is now going to be 13,464. Okay, so around like 200 extra energy, something like that. Now, of course, we're not going to end there, right? Like, literally, I'm sure we can do like 10 to 100 times better in a matter of a few minutes. So let's get started on that by maybe quickly going ahead and let's start auto-fusing into a unit, right? For example, if I were to auto-fuse into, for example, this rare over here, I put in common, rares, epics, and then I put on the auto. Maybe I might be able to turn that rare pet into something much better. For example, maybe once it reaches like level 10, it will be like 1,000 energy increase. Alright, so after around 10 minutes of hatching and as well changing the pet to the correct pet, because turns out apparently the mythical I got at the start of this challenge was much more worth it. Well, yeah, this is what the stats are looking like now. I'm pretty sure this was 150 before, meaning that we have around 4 to 5x my energy on just this Brolin pet. Now, I'm gonna be honest, ladies and gentlemen, did I really need that buff? No, probably not, because it turns out the bosses of this world isn't even that OP. I mean, 500,000 HP. I could have one-shot that like probably an hour ago. Plus as well, I have more than enough coins in order to unlock the third world on our list, which is going to be the Demon Hill. Now, in this world, there is supposed to be something over here, and that is going to be the traits. Now, the traits work like just like, you know, any single game that you would normally see on like the tower defense genre. Basically, you select the pet, for example, the Brolin, and then when you go ahead and press this reroll button, you can get anything ranging from lucky, intelligent, energy, all the way up to heavenly at a 0.01%. Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we could get this in today's video, but even if we don't, even a legendary I'd take. So let's see. First roll, we got energy 2. Hold on, is that any good? It is going to be the 10%, which is 20% more energy. You know what, I think I'll keep that for the time being. Plus as well, I'd rather use the reroll on the exclusive Biru, because we might even get as lucky on this. So let's see. Cannot use this material for exclusive units. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's a little bit sad. What about this cell over here? Can I use it on this? Yes, I can. And in this case, we managed to get a extra 0.1 luck. I guess I'll take it. But yeah, enough of all of that. What about this world? Can we go ahead and immediately speedrun this? Well, it seems like yes. Yeah, honestly, guys, I'm not sure whether it's the game passes or maybe just these exclusive pets, but something is allowing me to like pretty much destroy all of the enemies. For example, these Muzins, they literally get like 2 shots, just like that. And then even the portal over here, I can buy it. Let's, I guess, stop yapping and continue with the progression. So the Wano Raid or Wano Island, whatever you want to call it. Apparently the mobs over here, they can give you race batteries, and then I guess with those batteries, you can go ahead and get a race ranging from Fishman, giving you 2 times more gems, Minky, giving you 2 times more damage, and then Skypian, giving you 2 times more energy. Alright, then these seem like some relatively simple stats. Now, I guess, can any single enemy give you a race battery? I think it's anyone. Yeah, I don't know, it's probably like a relatively low chance, so for the time being, let's leave there and let's actually take a step back. Like, rather than progressing through another whole world, let's have a look at maybe, is there like a time trial in this game? Honestly, I am not sure. I mean, there's a bunch of chests over here, which I probably could go ahead and claim, so that's gonna give me a bunch of potions and a raid key, and then as well we have basically the same thing, a bunch of potions. Now, oh wait, oh, this exists? Okay game, turns out there's a rank up system and I completely ignored it. Let's, I guess, get started on this. So we can rank up once. Can we rank up twice? No, apparently you lose all your gems and energy, but hey, 50,000 gems, that's absolutely nothing. I mean, I could literally walk over here to the final world. I could take out this enemy over here, and it's probably gonna give me like 10 billion or something. Yeah, the units literally gave me a 12 billion, meaning that we can go ahead and speedrun this bad boy. So let's quickly do a bunch of rank ups, and let's cut to when I am probably a god or something. So 3, 2, 1, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We now have the final rank up for the time being, and let's have a look at how much progress it gave me. Yeah, we're at 3.61 million energy per click. That is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, all I can really say to you guys that also play this game, don't be like me. Get your rank ups because they are going to make a huge difference. But anyways, back to progression over here. I am pretty sure we managed to get a few batteries. Yes, we managed to get one, which, okay, we got Fishman, which is, okay, to just 2 times gems, nothing too crazy. But yeah, as I was saying though, once we're back to progression, which it seems like we are already doing that, yeah, we can already buy another world. So let's quickly teleport onto this bad boy and let's see if it's going to be having a lot to offer. And yes, okay, seems like there are 3 separate things to check out. So first off, we have swords over here, which will be costing raid gems, and then over here we have an aura machine where I guess you can go ahead. It's kind of like a rank up system, except it's going to be like 10 times more expensive. However, at least not only is it going to be increasing your energy, it is going to be increasing your gems multiplier and as well your walk speed. Actually, now that I think about it, 50 trillion isn't that much. Like, can't that singular enemy? Yeah, it literally gave me more than enough. So let's buy that. Awesome. Now the next one's going to be costing 500 trillion. And then from there, just so then we can get even more OP, let's actually buy maybe like 1 or 2 swords. So we have a katana, which is the 35%, then the cursed hammer, and then to end it all off, okay, we got the cursed hammer, which in this case, if we have a look at my swords over here, it is going to be mid, but at least we managed to get the rare, which is a 3x boost. Now it does seem like in this world things are going to be starting to get a little bit tricky. Like for example, the bosses, they do have quite a lot of HP, and as well, not only that, even when you take them out, they're not giving you like billions and billions and well, in this case, quadrillions of gems. No, it's around 1 quadrillion, and in order to get the next world, we need 100 of them. Alright then, not to worry, if we can't go ahead and unlock the next world, we'll just start upgrading all of the old stuff. For example, I should be able to upgrade this. Now we're going to be needing 5 quadrillion for another relatively small boost. So let's, I guess, go ahead and get another one of these upgrades. There we go. Now the next one's going to be costing quite a lot more, but yeah, if we head on back to the first world, we should as well be able to get, I believe, another rank up. So let's see. In this case, it's going to be costing, yeah, 5 trillion, which is absolutely nothing. Then I think you guys kind of get the point. We can go ahead, get even more upgrades, get even more OP. So then that's why we can absolutely demolish the Cursed Town world. Now, on our list to going noob to pro, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 whole worlds, and if things are already starting to get a little bit tough, I am worried how tough the final worlds are going to be. Like for example, is this a one-time off thing, or from now on is every single world going to be getting progressively, like, I don't know, maybe hours and hours and hours, even as a full pay to win to complete? So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, it does not get to that point, since as I already mentioned at the beginning of the video, I want to speedrun and make, I don't know, a world record or something. So yeah, let's just quickly AFK here until I get 100 quadrillion gems, and then let's jump into whatever the Clover Village has to offer. And alright, there we go, we are now in the next world. Now, having a look around here, once again, it seems like we have some interesting machines. For example, over here, this is where you can get a grimoire, where it will go ahead and upgrade your damage, your luck, your attack range. And then over here is going to be an upgrades machine, where when you get a good grimoire, you can actually go ahead and upgrade that bad boy. Now, I'm sure the main question is probably, how exactly do you get magic scrolls? Now, I'm pretty sure all you have to do is take out some enemies. Yeah, apparently any single enemy in this game can go ahead and drop them. So we might as well run around a little bit, because I'm not entirely sure if there's anything else we can do at this very moment. In fact, there we go. We just got ourselves our very first magic scroll. So first grimoire, we got poison, which is, okay, the 35%. Honestly, I think we can do much better. Let's try again. So 3 more chances in order to get, at the very least, let's try getting the mythical, or no, sorry, the epic, the 7.5%. So 1, 2, and Okay, we ended off worse than what we started with. Alright, well that took longer than expected, but hey, at least now we managed to get the Ice Magic Grimoire. Now, if we go ahead, right now I have 25 scrolls, meaning that I could technically go ahead and upgrade this bad boy a few times. So let's upgrade it once, let's upgrade it twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, and then boom, there we go. And now it is maxed out. We still have 15 scrolls to spare. And then as well, we are getting all of these nice stats. 15x damage, or should I say range, 1.8x energy, and 0.8x luck. I guess that's absolutely perfect because the next thing on our list is going to be grinding for once again another world. However, this time it is like 100 times harder. We need 1 sextillion, and the bosses over here barely even drop like 100 or 200 quadrillion. So yeah, I am going to be quite a long time grinding. So I think from this point onwards, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a few hours of just non-stop pure progression. Then from there, once I'm done with all of the progress, whether it's in 2 hours or whether it's in like 6, 8, 10 hours, then I'll cut back. I'll show you guys any interesting things that happened along the way. And then from there, we'll check out all of the worlds that we can check out. And then, hey, who knows, maybe the next time that you see me will be the end of the video, or maybe it's the start of something even more insanely difficult to do. Let's find out in a few hours. And alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be honest with you all, I did kind of lie to you guys. And what I mean by that is, let's just say it has not been a few hours, but it has actually been close to, I'm pretty sure I actually have an achievement for this. 100 hours. Yeah, 4 whole days. Now, the big question is, ladies and gentlemen, why has it been so long? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you all. The craziness, like the amount of grinding that needed to be done kind of skyrocketed since the last time that you saw me. Like, you guys remember when I was in, like, I believe it was the Clover Village? Well, yeah, since then, every single world took approximately a whole day to grind through. So yeah, for those reasons, that's why it's been, you know, 4 whole days. But even though it took so long to get to the final world, I did kind of enjoy the grind quite a lot. Especially since, like, in every single world, or should I say almost every single world, there was like a machine and stuff, which was like kind of helping me out a ton and a ton with grinding. For example, in the leveling world, there's a shiny machine where, you know, you can go ahead and make an even more broken pet. Then from there, there's also a defense mode where you can go ahead and get yourself an extra drops game pass for completely free. And then I believe one of the last few brand new things is going to be the evolve machine, where you can go ahead over here. You could select, for example, I don't know, let's say you want to select this 8 over here, or actually let's select this one over here. Well, yeah, you can actually go ahead and evolve him, and basically what that will do is every single star, it will give him an extra 10% energy. Yeah, I think you guys kind of get the point. A lot of brand new things which basically made me even stronger. Now, let's cut to the chase, right? Did I reach the final world? Yes, I did. However, I'm gonna be honest with you all, I can't really do that much in here. Like, as you guys can see, even with 2.2 quadrillion energy, I am barely doing any damage to the easy enemies of this world. However, then again, to be honest, I haven't really been grinding that much energy-wise, because I have been using a team which is basically giving me even more gems. Whilst if I were to go ahead and, you know, actually equip my proper energy team, which includes, you know, a bunch of secrets and a bunch of shiny secrets. Well, yeah, as you guys can see, my energy is now 30 billion per click, meaning that's probably this number, if I were to AFK for a day, would be around maybe 20 quadrillion or something like that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, some few more things to mention about, you know, this 100-hour grind is that when it came to some of the old stuff, for example, the Clover Village, I believe I did manage to get myself the legendary grimoire. In fact, yes, I did. As you guys can see, these are the stats on this bad boy. Then from there, I believe I did go ahead and was able to unlock what world was it? I believe it was the Cursed Town. Yeah, I did manage to go ahead and get myself, you know, the new max aura, giving me 20 times speed, 10 times gems, 23x energy. Yeah, this aura machine basically 10 times my stuff. And then as well, I believe in the Dark World, there is as well a sword merchant. Yeah, highly recommend you guys unlock this as soon as possible, because the most common sword that you can get from here is as good as like the legendary or the mythical from the previous one. In fact, if I go ahead and showcase the swords, yeah, just have a look at, hold on, let me just equip the proper stuff. There we go. Yeah, as you guys can see, 7 times damage compared to the legendary, which is I believe like a 1% chance. Alrighty then, now that all of that is done, let's end off this video by let's make a shiny secret, because I have gotten myself a few of them overnight, as you guys can see. So we might as well go ahead and make them even more OP. So if I just quickly go ahead and cancel and then select this, we should be able, yes, we have more than enough to convert it. And now if we go ahead and have a look at the stats, it should be maybe, I believe, 2 times stronger. Hold on, if I just quickly equip best right now, this is what Igris at level 30 does, 4.5k times energy at level 30. And then the shiny one is going to be doing, yeah, approximately double that amount. And oh yeah, by the way, keep in mind, by the way, we can also go ahead and head on over to the demon village, and we can also get a, you know, an OP trait on this bad boy. So let's see, if I go ahead and quickly select this Igris over here, do I have any trait heroes? No, I don't. All right, let's quickly fix that. This should be more than enough. 34, or it should be around 34. Yeah, 34 trait heroes to hopefully get something good, whether it's, you know, captain or maybe hero, or maybe even, if we're really lucky, heavenly. So let's try. Let's see if we can get something good. So intelligence 1, lucky 2. Okay, these are all relatively mid. Come on, let's at least see the color purple. Energy 3. Okay, that is decent, I guess, but I know we can do much better. Come on, game. Come on. I want to at least see legendary. I know I said I wanted to see purple, but I mean, we had like 20 more rerolls. So game, come on. I have my fingers crossed. I've played for a long time. You know what? I'll just stop here, because it seems like the game doesn't want to give me OP luck. But hey, energy 3 still like 30% extra energy, which is relatively decent. And keep in mind, by the way, this shiny secret isn't even like max leveled yet. Once I go ahead and get this to level 50, I'm pretty sure the energy is supposed to be like, what, maybe 30,000? I mean, the Sukuna over here, which is 4-starred and, you know, it has energy 3 and level 50, does 21,000. And since Igris is like 2 whole worlds above that, it should be, you know, stronger. Then again, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. It's just something we'll find out another time. But anyways, guys, apart from that though, that pretty much wraps up this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Once again, we have gone noob to pro in another game, and in my opinion, I really enjoyed this game. Like, even though there was like, you know, 8 or 9 whole worlds to go through, each and every single one wasn't like too grindy. Like, I know at the start there were like the first 5 or 6 worlds, I immediately went through them, and then the last 4 worlds were like insanely difficult. Well, yeah, I still kind of enjoyed the grind, you know, because there was always something to do. There wasn't really like a rough patch. And what I mean by that is, you know, there wasn't a part where like you didn't know what to do, you were stuck and whatnot. So yeah, in my opinion, I highly recommend you guys check this game out. It might be something to grind, you know, whilst the other games are updating. Plus as well, I'm pretty sure the new dev team of this game is going to be updating it regularly. So yeah, if there was any better time to get into this game, now would be it. But yeah, apart from that though, if you guys did end up enjoying this video and want to see more, then make sure to hit that like and subscribe button with notifications on. And yeah, until next time, I'm gonna continue grinding. So yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and have an amazing rest of your day. Peace.